Picture this. It's 2025, and your phone's buzzing like a beehive. X posts about AI stealing jobs, rent hikes trending again, and some influencer flexing a life you'll never afford. Politics, a dumpster fire. Your inbox, a war zone of deadlines and doom. Sound familiar? You're not losing it, chaos is just the vibe now. Most of us are stuck, scrolling through the noise, faking calm, or chasing quick fixes to feel something like control. But what if you could do more than survive this madness? What if you could thrive in it? Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher who stared into life's darkest corners and came out swinging, had a secret. Confidence isn't found when the world's quiet. It's forged when it's screaming. Today, we're diving deep into his playbook to build unshakable confidence in a world that's anything but stable. Buckle up for the next hour, this might just flip how you see everything. Let's get real. Confidence isn't just feeling good about your new fit or nailing a selfie. It's the raw courage to act when your bank account's gasping, your ex feeds a culture war, or your brain's stuck in overdrive. In 2025 America, that's not optional. It's your lifeline. We're navigating a gig economy where half of us are hustling multiple apps just to eat, per a 2024 Upwork report. Mental health apps are a $5 billion industry, says Statista, but anxiety's still spiking. 1 in 3 Americans feels high stress daily, per the CDC. And don't get me started on X, where one post can make you feel like a failure before breakfast. Most of us chase band-aids, likes, side gigs, or that one viral moment, thinking it'll glue us together. It won't. Nietzsche, a guy who got dragged by his own era for thinking too loud, knew this trap. Sick, broke, and called a lunatic, he didn't find confidence in applause or stability. He built it in the mess, his mess. His philosophy isn't a TikTok life hack. It's a middle finger to chaos, saying, "You don't own me." Over the next hour, we'll unpack how to make that your vibe, too no fluff, just real talk. At the core of Nietzsche's secret is the will to power. Before you roll your eyes, no, this isn't about crypto bros or power trips. It's your inner fire to grow, create, and become more, even when life's throwing punches. Nietzsche didn't see chaos as a curse. He saw it as clay. Life's a struggle, he said, not just to survive, but to thrive. The will to power is you saying, "I'm not here to float. I'm here to shape." Think back. When did you last feel unstoppable? Not when your Wi-Fi was perfect or your fridge was stocked, but maybe when you crushed a deadline despite all-nighters, or rebuilt after life kicked you down. That's the will to power, grabbing the wheel when the road's crumbling. In 2025, this hits different. AI's flipping industries, 30% of jobs could be gone by 2030, says McKinsey. X is a 24/7 debate club, gaslighting you into thinking you're always behind. Most folks react by shrinking, doomscrolling, ghosting tough calls, or buying into hype like it's gospel. Nietzsche called that the herd mentality, clinging to easy answers, scared to stand out. His secret, confidence is ditching the herd, facing the void, and building your own path. This isn't abstract. A 2024 Pew study says 65% of Americans feel worse after social media. FOMO, imposter syndrome, the works. The herd loves comfort. Think influencers peddling 10-second life hacks or X threads hyping Dogecoin to the moon. Nietzsche's like, miss me with that. Confidence isn't chasing clout. It's knowing you're enough when the algorithm says you're not. So why does chaos hit like a gut punch? Spoiler, it's not just you, it's your brain. Humans evolved craving certainty. Back when we were dodging predators, a predictable cave meant survival. A weird rustle meant lunch was you. That wiring's still here. A 2023 Nature study found uncertainty, say, a vague X post about layoffs, spikes cortisol 30% more than straight-up bad news. Your amygdala, that fear engine in your skull, lights up when plans derail or the future's foggy. That's why Are We Cool? Texts or market crash rumors send you into a tailspin. Social media's pouring gas on this fire. Every X scrolls a slot machine, #hustle porn 1 second, apocalypse warnings the next. A 2024 Stanford study says constant exposure to curated lives, six-pack abs, NFT flexes, tanks self-esteem in 70% of users. Is chaos dressed as inspo, and it's wired to make you feel small. But Nietzsche's not here for it. He'd say fear's a liar. Let chaos run you, and you're just another drone in the herd, nodding along to whatever's trending. The herd hates the unknown. It forces them to think. Nietzsche's hack? Confidence is choosing to act when your brain's screaming, hide. It's not about killing fear. It's about making it your wingman. Let's pause for a sec. Ever notice how we'll binge a true crime doc to avoid our own chaos? That's the herd at work, picking distraction over direction. Nietzsche's secret flips that you don't dodge the storm, you learn to surf it. Nietzsche didn't just talk a big game, he lived it. It's the 1880s. His books are collecting dust, migraines are wrecking him, and society's calling him a heretic for questioning religion, morality, everything. He's got every excuse to quit. Instead, he writes Thus Spoke Zarathustra, a book that screams, make your own meaning, even if the world's burning. His chaos, sickness, rejection didn't break him. It built him. He's not alone. Rewind to 399 BCE. Socrates, the OG question asker, is on trial in Athens. His crime? Making people think too hard. He could have groveled, saved his skin. Instead, he drinks hemlock, saying, an unexamined life ain't worth living. Fast forward to 1963. Martin Luther King Jr.'s in a Birmingham jail, facing death threats, a nation spitting hate. He writes a letter that lights a fire for justice. Or take Ada Lovelace, 1840s math genius, ignored by a sexist world. She codes the first computer algorithm, planting seeds for our tech age. These folks didn't wait for calm. They saw chaos and said, bet. Now let's hit 2025. Start with Chapel Roan, the pop supernova. Fame's a beast, X-Stan wars, tabloid shade, mental health on blast. In 2024, she's open about her struggles. Could have played it safe with cookie-cutter hits. Instead, she doubles down, raw lyrics, unapologetic style, and owns her chaos. Or take Hassan Minhaj, comedian turned truth-teller. His 2024 Netflix special roasts power while dodging cancel mobs. He's not just funny. He's fearless, turning cultural chaos into art. But it's not just celebs. Picture the Gen Z barista in Austin, learning Python on YouTube to pivot from a dying retail job. AI's coming. She's not waiting to be roadkill. Or the single dad in Detroit, working doubles while fighting school boards to keep his kids' education real, not censored. Or the nurse in Miami, burned out from 2024's flu surge, still showing up with a smile. These aren't Avengers, they're Nietzsche's will to power in hoodies and scrubs. They don't dodge chaos. They mold it. You've got this in you too. Remember that time you kept going? Maybe you lost your gig in the 2023 tech layoffs, or your ex post about your art got zero traction. You didn't quit. That's your spark. Same as Chapel, same as that nurse. Chaos doesn't care about your resume. It cares if you show up. Here's a curveball. Start owning your chaos and some folks will hate it. Nietzsche warned standing out spooks the herd. Psychologists call this the mirror effect. Your confidence, launching that Etsy shop, speaking up in a Zoom call, flashes a spotlight on what others aren't doing. Ever share a win like hitting 1K X followers and get ghosted? Or pitch a bold idea and hear, that's cute? That's the mirror effect. You're not bragging, you're just existing, and it's too much for some. Nietzsche felt this hard. His books were called dangerous because they made comfy lies squirm, about religion, morality, everything. In 2025, it's no different. Post about quitting your soul-sucking job to freelance, and watch the shade roll in. Why? Confidence isn't just personal, it's a quiet middle finger to average. A 2024 Journal of Social Psychology study says people feel threatened by others' self-assurance in group settings, like work or X threads, because it messes with their status quo. Your light doesn't dim theirs. It just shows where they're not shining. Ever been at a party, shared a real thought, and felt the vibe shift? That's the herd pulling back. Nietzsche's like, good, let them squirm. Confidence doesn't need their cosign, it needs you. Here's the dope part. Nietzsche's secret isn't just philosophy, it's biology. Your brain's not stuck. A 2024 Journal of Neuroscience study found acting through fear, like posting your first X thread or cold calling a client, rewires your neural pathways. Your prefrontal cortex, the part handling decisions, gets jacked. Another gem. Social rejection, yep, those haters, hurts less over time. A 2023 UC Berkeley study showed small, brave acts. Demanding a mentor, sharing your poetry, cut anxiety 25% in a month. It's not magic. Every time you face chaos, say pitching a startup while X roasts your industry, you're training your brain to chill. A 2024 Nature study says consistent micro-risks, like cutting screen time or speaking at a town hall, boost self-efficacy 35% in weeks. Nietzsche's not asking you to slay dragons, just take one step into the fog. Each move stacks like XP in a game. Let's get meta. Ever avoid a tough convo because it's not worth it? That's your amygdala gatekeeping. Nietzsche says push through. The science backs him, courage isn't born. It's built, one sweaty palm choice at a time. So how do you make this real when X is melting your brain and your landlord's texting? Nietzsche didn't do motivational posters, but his ideas give us 5 solid moves for 2025's madness. 1. Face the abyss head-on. Nietzsche's famous line, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger," is your wake-up call. Lost your gig? X post flopped? Rent's eating your soul? Don't swipe it away. Grab a notebook. Write what's freaking you out. A 2024 Psychology Today study says naming fears on paper drops stress 20%. It's not therapy, it's intel. Chaos isn't your boss. It's your sparring partner. 2. Define your own game. X, your job, even your family, they'll try to script you. Nietzsche says burn their playbook. What's your win? Coding an app? Mentoring kids? Or just not losing your mind? A 2023 Gallup poll says 60% of Americans feel caged by shoulds. Screw that. Pick your rules, then play hard. 3. Embrace a more fatty. Love your fate. Nietzsche's wildest flex. Love your life, glitches and all. Car broke down. Boss ghosted your email? X is trending some new outrage? Say, this is my movie, and I'm the star. It's not faking happy, it's claiming your story. Try it for a day. It's raw, unshakable power. 4. Stack tiny wins. Confidence isn't a viral moment, it's a grind. Nietzsche loved small, stubborn steps. Post one honest X update. Ask for feedback, not likes. Run a mile. A 2024 Nature study says micro-challenges, like 10-minute meditations or cold showers, pump self-belief 35% in a month. Think compound interest, not jackpot. 5. Find your tribe. The herd will drag you down, but you don't need millions, just a few real ones. Nietzsche vibed with loners who got him, like Wagner, till they beefed. Join an X space for creators, a Reddit thread for dreamers, or just text that one friend who gets it. A 2023 American Psychological Association study says one deep connection cuts loneliness 40%. Quality over clout. Fair pushback. Doesn't this sound like you're that X user? Humble bragging your glow up? Nietzsche's critics trashed him as cocky. And yeah, confidence can tip into ego. Here's the difference. Arrogance needs a spotlight. Confidence needs a mirror. Arrogance flexes to dunk. Confidence grows to build. Look at Simone Biles' 2024 Olympics comeback, mental health on blast. She didn't return for claps. She did it for her. Or Hassan Minhaj roasting power while dodging X pylons. They're not posing, they're creating. Worried you'll look extra? Ask, am I making something real, art, change, growth, or just fishing for props? Nietzsche's blunt. Create, don't perform. A 2024 Harvard Business Review study says authentic confidence, acting from purpose, not praise, earns 50% more trust than showboating. Be you, not a caricature. We're not in Kansas anymore. AI's rewriting the job market. 30% of roles could vanish by 2030, per McKinsey. X is a gladiator arena. Misinfo, stand fights, or just your cousin's unhinged thread. Mental health's a battlefield. CDC says daily stress hits 1 in 3 Americans, up 10% since 2020. The herd's crumbling. VR binges, hustle gurus, or rage-quitting life. But Nietzsche's secret says you're not them. Confidence isn't ignoring the noise. It's cutting through it. Every time you choose guts over gloom, you're not just surviving 2025, you're owning it. You're not chaos's pawn, you're its poet. This isn't hype. Every step you take, every X post you don't delete, every risk you don't dodge rewrites your story. The world's loud, but your will to power's louder. A 2024 Forbes survey says 70% of Americans want purpose over paycheck. That's Nietzsche's call ringing true. Build something that's yours, chaos be damned. Here's Nietzsche's gauntlet. Stop waiting for the world to chill. This 2025 chaos is the gig. That side hustle crashing? That X thread nobody saw? That's not failure, it's your canvas. Confidence isn't a fat bank account or a million likes. It's you saying, I'm here, when life's glitching hard. The will to power isn't a slogan. It's you, crafting meaning from madness. If this lit a spark, share it with someone stuck in their own storm. Drop a comment. What's your chaos, and how are you fighting through? Let's keep it real. Want more tools to own life's noise? Hit subscribe, join the squad. The world's a mess, but you're Messier. Let's build.